Hi, welcome to Monterey's Cooking. I'm John Pisto, and this is Drew Nieporent.
What's going on, John?
How are you?
Good
what
to see
a
you.
pleasure to have you.
It's good to be here.
Welcome
Thanks
to
a
the
lot.
West Coast.
Oh, it's always good to be out here.
Really.
On a beautiful day also.
Folks, my friend has been called one of the best restaurateurs in the country. Now, there's been a lot of neat stuff written about you.
There's a lot of hype out there.
And it is true.
You sure they didn't say one of the best eaters?
Well, maybe one of the best eaters, too.
There you go.
And we're in trouble today, folks.
There
Me and
you
him
go.
are going to get in trouble. I tell you that. Drew, you have some great restaurants on the East Coast. Name a few of them off.
Well, you know, the first one was Monterey, which is a wonderful 3-star French restaurant we have in, you know, the Tribeca area. And of course, probably the most well-known is the Tribeca Grill, which we own in part with your friend Robert De Niro.
Oh, yeah, how's Bob doing?
He's doing great.
Give my regards.
Actually, just finished a movie out here on the West Coast with Dustin
Really?
Hoffman. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wag the tail.
Oh,
but also Bill Murray, Sean Penn, partners there, a couple of other people that you know. And then recently we've opened a great Japanese restaurant called Nobu. With Nobu Matsuisa, who's a sushi master from the West Coast, from Beverly Hills. And in fact, last Monday we opened one in London, Nobu London. And again, your friend, you know, Mick Jagger was there.
Mick! All right.
I know you're a Rolling Stone fan.
Hey, how'd you know that? I am.
Also, Kato Kalin was there on opening night.
I don't know about him.
Let's keep the knives away. We're talking about Kato. But I see you got a beautiful loin of venison out there, John.
You know, when I heard you were coming, you know, you accepted our invitation, which I figured, well, you know, being a real good restaurant man, I figured we'll just get a bunch of things together and we'll just shoot, we'll shoot from the hip, and that's what we're doing, folks. We're just going to shoot from the hip. Now, we talked a little bit before, and this is a piece of venison. This is the New York section of it. Okay, if you please. This is the New York, the T-bone. The bone would go here.
Sure.
Fillet would be on this side. What we're going to do is, being that Drew's wife is Italian, Siciliano. What's her name again?
Anne.
Okay, Anna.
Anna La Puma Nieporent.
Okay, Anna, this one's for you.
Terrific.
And we're going to make this Sicilian style, which I learned in where my grandparents are from, is near Messina, and they do sweet and sour.
Oh, wow.
And this is going to be with onions, and we're going to do it with some vinegar, and we'll do little medallions.
That's wonderful.
Okay.
I love that flavor, the sweet and sour.
It has a, you know, they do a lot of dolce agra.
Dolce agra,
exactly. A lot of that, a lot of the vegetables they do is that way.
Now, on this sirloin, do you have to take that silver skin off, or does it melt away when you cook it?
Good question.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, this is called the silver. Okay, this is very tough.
Yeah.
So what you do is you just peel it right off.
Comes right off.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, if the restaurant doesn't have a good butcher, and the people have that on the steak, they think it's tough because you have to take that off. It's got that
nothing but
chewy
complaints.
stuff,
This will guarantee complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see these in fillets also sometime.
Yeah, that's right.
And you just gotta. This is called the silver. Make sure it comes off.
Now I understand your restaurants here in Monterey are terrific and lean towards the Italian.
Well, you know, yeah, we have. I mean, we're a little country Italian kind of. You know, I've got that one restaurant. Boy, I'd sure like to get your wife out here, and her mother and father, because if they're Sicilian, they gotta love calamari.
I'll tell you, they love calamari. In fact. You know, it's become very popular in New York.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, almost every menu has a different kind of fried calamari. Wow. Some people cornmeal coated, and some just very simple. You know, with the wonder flour, and it comes out beautifully.
Yeah, thank you. The restaurant is called Abelanetti's, and we do.
I gotta get there.
60 tons a year.
Wow.
Of squid.
Holy mac! I don't want to be the guy cleaning that stuff.
Well, we have up to 3 guys just cleaning for us.
Oh my God!
So,
you save the ink. You make a pasta with the ink.
Well, I've tried it, but you know, Drew, it doesn't sell here.
Yeah, it's very exotic. That black ink.
Yeah, it's a little too. It's a little too much, maybe.
Sometimes, you know, of course, they take the ink and they flavor the pasta itself. They, make like a black fettuccine or something like that.
Absolutely delicious. I've seen the black pasta.
Yeah, it's great.
The Spanish like to do paellas with the ink.
Oh, that's right.
And the triglia or the sepia.
Yeah, sepia.
And that's the sepia has
we were in Spain and they have those little, the tiny little whole calamaris. I'm trying to remember the name. It's wonderful. Just were there last year with a bunch of chefs.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Really? What part were you at?
We went to, of course, Madrid, Barcelona. We also went. to part of the wine country. We visited the wonderful
Roja.
Torres, the Torres winery there.
Yeah, Spain's incredible.
The food's wonderful, and the weather was perfect, and drank some wonderful wines too. People don't know the wines are that good.
And how about the cigars?
Oh, my middle name.
The best cigars in the world. But when we come back,
You're a cigar smoker, huh?
Oh, well,
we might have to smoke a cigar and eat when we get back.
Why not? When we come back, we're going to start cooking. Let's get this dish started.
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna do. I'm just gonna cut up some onion.
You could work for me the way you chop those onions.
And this is real classic. Now this is done actually up in Venice, and it's a very famous dish there called Figado alla Venezia. So, but I've done this before with using the venison because it has that flavor. Like liver, kind of,
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to get this started, and I'll have you watch it.
Now, do you like to marinate the venison sometimes, or you prefer not to?
I prefer not to.
Sometimes they over-marinate the game like that, and all you taste is the shallots and the garlic sometimes.
I like the game, don't you?
Yeah, I like the flavor when it's not. If it's tough, you got to marinate it. That's the whole thing. I think that's in the marination, obviously, sometimes imparts some flavor also.
Yes. Well, speaking of tough, what I've got here, now this in Sicilian is called the matzah. Now, all Sicilians out there are going to know this, the matzah.
So you make matzah bread with that?
Well, that's the other side. But this is called the matzah, and the matzah, what you do with this is you matzah. Now, what it means is this is the killing stick. When they used to butcher.
Is that true? Yeah.
I swear.
Wow.
Hey,
well, what's good about that? Those mallets usually have little points, and it actually
it breaks it down.
To me, this is better. It makes it nice and flat and doesn't ruin the texture. It looks
this is going to be very. This is very tender anyway. Okay, let's put the rest of this in here.
Yeah.
And I'll put this in.
You don't mind if I saute the onions?
Oh, no, that's what I like you to do.
All right, great.
And we'll put a little parsley in there. We're gonna kind of caramelize these onions. And I'll just add some things to them. Let's put a little shallot.
That'll give it wonderful flavor.
Yeah, a little shallot. We have to adopt as we go. And we'll put some yeah. A lot of garlic. And now does your wife cook a lot of Italian at home, or?
Oh, she's a wonderful cook, and she does a great job with the food. But we try to do a lot of things, a lot of noodle dishes in, and broth and vegetables. We really love pasta,
That's caught on nice, hasn't it?
Yeah.
In China, we're in Thailand, especially the noodle dishes they have there are so delicious.
There's a place in London that you go to called Wagamama. They serve over 3,000 people a day. They line up.
Smokes.
You wouldn't believe that place. But in fact, we're hoping to do something in New York with noodles, Japanese noodles like soba and udon. Yeah. Because people love that. There's an art to that. Beautiful stuff.
The broths, I understand, they make the stocks are just incredible. Put all these beautiful flavors in there. The lemongrasses and all those other exotic spices, the gingers, and it's just delicious. I know we got back from Thailand. I had to keep going to this Vietnamese restaurant to keep eating that taste is so clean.
That Thai food can be very spicy also.
Yes, which is okay.
They're not afraid to put in those chilies there.
No. Okay, so you can use a hammer if you don't, one of those little wooden mallets.
Sure.
And what I'm going to do is just hit this a little bit.
So now, when it's that thin, you don't have to cook it as long either.
No, we're just going to flash this. And I don't know about you, but I like this medium rare. I don't like it well done.
No, not only the flavor, but the texture when it's well done just changes completely.
It does.
Really.
Yep. Good. Well, good. Now, Drew, you're out here for this festival we do every year. And
right. Last night we had a New York reception at my Italian restaurant Zeppoli.
Yes.
My chef Frank Crispo. We had an antipasto table. Which people really enjoyed. They had wonderful fresh artichokes and roasted peppers with the alicia, the marinated sardines we made. I mean the anchovy.
Fresh anchovies?
The fresh anchovies. And we also made the panella, the sotto pepe.
Yeah,
exactly.
No kidding.
Panelli. We cure them back in New York. We brought a little thing with us on our luggage, you know.
Well, where do you get the anchovies at, though?
Oh no, you can get fresh anchovies now in New York. Yeah. And actually in San Francisco, that's a big thing. You see it a lot at places like Zuni Cafe and I think even Chez Panisse, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, we get them, you know, Monterey, for the folks that don't know, Monterey is, you know, we catch a lot of squid here. In fact, a lot of it gets shipped back east.
Right.
But we also catch anchovies, sardines, and mackerel. And when we get fresh anchovies, we love to either barbecue them or fry them.
Oh, wow.
And boy, that's the flavor. Yeah. The flavor. You marinate them.
We actually almost pickle them in a cure so they stay white and absolutely perfect.
Lemon juice then.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And they're wonderful.
Oh, good stuff. Okay, we're going to add a little thyme.
Oh, I love thyme.
And this has such a good flavor.
That's great.
We're lucky, you know, we grow our own herbs in our garden here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have all that stuff we can use and pretty fortunate.
You know, back in 1985 in New York, it's hard to remember that far back, but people really weren't cooking with a lot of fresh herbs.
That's right.
So when Montrachet, when we first started, when people had that flavor in their mouth, it was almost something that they had never experienced because they were used to the dried flavor.
That's right.
There was a big difference between the dried and the fresh.
You know, and nobody was growing them in those days. And if you wanted fresh herbs, you had to actually grow them yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And now, you know, now it's all over the place.
So you grow vegetables here also? Any zucchinis?
I grow some vegetables. Zucchini, well, we grow a lot of basil. And tomatoes is one of our favorites too. You know, there's nothing like it. But back
so pisto makes a pesto, huh?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. That's doing nicely.
It's doing real good. We give it a little bit more oil. Make sure we don't.
There you go.
Okay, we got salt. Maybe, how about a pinch of little pipipotti? Just a little hot pepper.
That would make sense to me.
Yep. Give it a good shot of that.
Yeah, I love a little fire in the food.
Absolutely. But good. We'll give this a little salt. And I like to just bread this a little bit. And when that gets close, instead of doing, we can go two ways. I can use the balsamic, or we can use red wine vinegar with some sugar. Balsamic is kind of balanced already, you know.
Maybe we'll use worse, John.
Okay.
I think the balsamic sounds good.
We're creating as we go along here, kind of, folks. So, and I'm going to chop some flat leaf parsley. That's another thing that's really coming into its own now, you know.
Yeah. Most, you know, for years, obviously, parsley just was a garnish for fish.
That's all it was. No flavor.
That looks great.
Let's give it a un poquito. See, these cook real well, too. You see how fast this stuff goes?
Oh, you got a nice pan here.
Yeah, these work real good. Look how fast that's brown. Now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a little bit of sugar to this.
So we kind of caramelize.
Yeah, that'll do it. And another good thing to add, too, to make it move, is I want to put just a little bit of water.
You know, last night at the Masters of Food and Wine, they had one fellow, David Burke, who's the chef at a place called the Park Avenue Cafe. Instead of a cheesecake, he made a smoked salmon cheesecake.
Oh!
And it was wonderful, very delicious.
Sounds good.
And a lot of good camaraderie over there. We have chefs from all over the world, Germany and Italy. You know, Giuliani Bugliali is coming.
Well, we tried to get him on the show. I guess he had a tough schedule. He would have been fun to have today.
He's a good friend of my father. My father went to school in Tuscany with him. Yeah,
no kidding.
Sure.
I'll be darned.
But he was terrific. You know, he's got wonderful cookbooks, and he's the real Tuscan master.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But does he got a sense of humor?
Yeah, I think an Italian sense of humor, John.
Okay.
Something lost sometimes. No, he's a good guy.
How's his weight?
You know, he...
okay?
No, he's small now. He's not...
Skinny?
Yeah, he's not bad. He's not bad.
I don't know, huh?
I got to go to that stage. Yeah, we can't trust him if he's too skinny. You know that. Well, that's coming along nicely, huh?
Okay, we got the balsamics over there.
Okay.
Maybe we can start feeding it in there.
I'm going to let you do the honors.
We'll just do a little at a time.
Great.
We'll let it reduce down. We'll keep adding. As it gets closer. You know, I happen to find some truffles laying around.
Oh.
You know, maybe we'll just throw it in there for the hell of it.
A little hidden flavor in there.
Now, you know, for those that don't know what truffles are, they're found under the ground, usually found by dogs or by pigs, but now it's mostly by dogs because the dogs won't eat them, pigs will. And, you know, they're inoculating trees now to where they can actually grow these.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're pretty successful doing it in France, I understand. and even the United States. Now, truffles actually are available, or you can find truffles anywhere in the United States, even here in Monterey.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
You got to know how to find them.
You're going to have to show me the place.
Well,
I might have to bring a few back with me.
I'm going to chop these up because I don't want to waste them. We're doing some other cooking with it. And let's just put it in. I mean, it won't hurt, you know.
No.
Absolutely not.
That'll give it some flavor.
Okay. When we come back, we're going to continue cooking. Okay, let's finish this dish up.
So you're going to do a little sauteing of the venison?
Okay, now look what I'm going to do. I got a little bit of breadcrumbs. We're going to salt it up a little bit.
It's a little cotoletta.
Just a little, like cudaletti. Yeah, these nice little Italian words you have, huh? You know, my families are from back east.
Is that right?
From Syracuse.
Oh, no kidding.
Grandfather was a railroad man.
Oh.
In fact, a lot of my uncles. So, got a special feeling about New York, you know. I like it, and I love the people there too. East Coast people are just, I like all people, but you know, the East Coast, it has a special feeling.
Now everybody has the East Coast has sometimes a bad rap, especially in New York, about the friendliness thing.
I think they're great though.
Yeah.
I've never had.
You got to get them out of their shell a little bit. You know, everybody doesn't necessarily talk to each other on the subway, but when you get right down to it, people are people, and you know.
Sure, the accents.
New Yorkers are, you got to be tough to live in New York.
Yeah.
You know, even upstate. I went to school. You know, I went to hotel school at Cornell University, so we're very close to Syracuse. So.
Yeah. Okay, olive oil.
Sure.
And I like. You ever try the California oils?
I like the California oils.
Not bad, huh? They're good. They're very, very good.
Yeah, you must know Michael Chiarello over at Travinia.
Sure.
He's really doing a nice job with all that
very good
flavored oil, and he's got even an olive
he bought
business
some
now,
olive
I
land.
think. Yeah, something like that.
Orchards.
He's a hard-working guy.
He sure is.
I did a little cooking thing last year out in the Napa Valley for the Trefethen Winery.
Janet.
So it's always, Janet, and it's always nice to come out here and...
That's different, huh?
That's great.
It's a different feeling.
Yeah, it's wonderful having a restaurant out here also. Rubicon in San Francisco is...
Well, how often then do you come out then, Drew?
Well, somebody from our group, you know, we call ourselves the Myriad Restaurant Group. So somebody, either myself or one of our partners will come out and keep an eye on things. Because, you know, a restaurant, it's constant vigilance.
Yep.
We got a great team in San Francisco. They do a great job.
Yep. You know the old Sicilian saying?
Yeah.
Occhio di cavallo, grasso cavallo. O occhio di patrone, grasso cavallo. You know what that means? The eye of the owner gets the horse fat.
I like that.
That's Sicilian.
Well, these onions are just about there.
They look
nice and caramelized and soft.
Now I put a little thyme in there.
Yeah.
And they're the garlic. You see, it's got nice and brown.
Yeah, sometimes they don't cook the garlic enough, and you get that raw flavor of the garlic.
Yeah,
exactly. These are looking beautiful.
They look nice. So now we're going to wait for this just the blood to come up a little bit.
So breading it like that keeps a lot of the juices in, huh? It keeps it nice and
you get the flavor. So we got a little of the vinegar in here already. So you're going to have a little sweet, you know, the balsamic vinegar.
Sure. Boy, that looks good.
And if you like liver and onions, you're going to like this one. Like I said, I like to get it medium. So when I see that blood just starting to come up, we're going to pour.
You got juices rising to the top there? Sure. There you go. That's a good-looking peppermill.
And it works.
Beautiful.
And that's what's nice about it.
So when are you opening a restaurant in New York, John?
Oh, boy. I tell you, as you know, you got 10 restaurants now, right?
Yeah. We got one for every occasion.
That's in all different ones. That's, you know what, folks?
Yeah.
All different ones. That's the hardest thing to do. I mean, it's easy to do chain, but to do all different and have talent and have good ones. I mean,
that's what keeps it interesting.
Oh, boy. I tell you, you are one heck of a guy. Okay, see how the blood start coming up?
Yeah.
That's when we want to pull it.
Well, that looks
now,
good.
this is what we call Sicilian portion. I mean, you can sit down and polish this off.
That looks good.
Would have no problem doing this.
Beautiful.
And you know what I'm going to do? I want to do one little thing here. Don't do this at home. Your wife will kill you. I can do this because this is my kitchen. I'm just going to do a little quick sauce. I know I'm duplicating, but it's okay. So I want it this way. Okay, this is balsamic vinegar, and all I'm doing, I just want to add a little bit more.
That's really nice. Voila.
Paco, you got it now.
There you go.
Okay, clean it up nice. And folks, I'm gonna go eat with my friend.
There we go.
And we're gonna have, look at how nice, see how nice it's coming up?
Fantastic.
Okay.
Looks great.
Folks, try this one, you'll like it. Try it with vinegar, try it with venison, or you can try it, huh?
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
It smells very good.
Really great.
Try it with venison, or you try it with liver. Just as good, okay? Until next time. Drew, thanks again.
Hey, John,
Okay.
thanks very much.